Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, Wendy's is making a major change to their burgers.
Also, there's a new method to finding a missing cat with crazy results.
All that and more on the way next. Was there anything better than Saturday?
Was there anything better?
Yeah, can there be anything better than just an entire day of college football like that?
Honestly, I don't think so. We unfortunately got a lot of delays. So if you were looking forward to the 3:30 time block of college football games, that was a little bit of a downer because you ended up having to watch Texas mess up against UTEP. But that was really the only problem with the day. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, every time slot there was a big game that came right down to the wire. And
even if they weren't supposed to.
that was the positive. The negative, though, there's 4 people. Who do you think had the worst weekend? The 2 coaches who got fired, Brent Fry from Virginia Tech and Deshaun Foster from UCLA, are gone. They're done.
I thought it was Brent Pry.
I think it's Brent Fry.
Oh, okay.
And then, or is it one of those 2? I mean, they got fired.
Yep.
Or is it the kicker from Tennessee, Max Gilbert, or I don't even know the guy's name, but the holder for Notre Dame?
Oh, yeah.
Just a brutal
I don't remember
weekend.
his name, but yeah, that's shows you the importance of not missing your PATs. It is Brent Pry, by the way. He's fired at Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia Tech, they just look like they quit on Brent Pry. I kind of feel bad for him. But anyways, I don't know what's worse. I mean, Notre Dame to start 0-2 after being the national championship game last year, pretty disappointing. So, they've been competitive in every single game, but they haven't won anything yet. So I feel very up in the air about Notre Dame this year. I'm like, I really have no gauge on what they can do. They can still make the playoff, but they have to win out the entire way. They got no margin for error.
Yeah.
And even that is a stretch because you have a lot of teams, as we've seen, that may end up being 10-2 at the end of the season. Because, you saw Tennessee lose. Could they lose another game on their schedule? Absolutely. They have an awful schedule. That's not awful in the sense that it's a bad schedule, but it's just hard.
Yeah, tough to navigate. That's a good point. I mean, Notre Dame does have to win out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that the Tennessee kid, he did come back and get the field goal to give them the lead in overtime. So a little redemption, even though they still wound up losing. But you could tell. I literally said to Mrs. Hudson, we were watching the game, and you're looking at his face and he's about to have to kick the field goal. And they're like, there's no way this guy's making it.
Yeah.
There is no shot.
No.
And then I think that ball landed in New Mexico somewhere. That was an absolutely awful kick.
It was so bad. I was watching that game so closely because obviously we had made picks that were different. I chose Georgia, you chose Tennessee. And so I was like, Tennessee's going to win this game. This is over. And then he goes up there and I was like, no shot at home. He gets the nerves and ices himself. I mean, Georgia tried to ice him because they called the timeout right before. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. And then to say nothing of Georgia Tech upsetting Clemson. I mean, it's over for Clemson, right? This is really it. That they the dynasty is over.
Yeah, it feels a lot like that. I was listening to a podcast that literally said Clemson is entering their Miami era, where they're not an elite team, they're a good team.
Yeah.
And Miami's kind of coming back. They're in the top 5 now. But Clemson, they were elite for 10 plus years almost, and now they just look like an okay team that could lose 3 to 4 games a year.
But I mean, they're not making the playoff.
No.
There's no chance.
No shot.
Also, we have to close this out. Picture this. Imagine this. Imagine if DJ Lagway knew which color uniforms his team was wearing. Imagine how good of a game that would have been, LSU, Florida, if he just knew which players were actually on his team.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, Billy Napier, he might be the next coach on the chopping block.
Maybe.
But if hhis quarterback just knew which team to throw it to, things might be different. This is a bit of a bummer. The American dream that, we're all supposed to be able to reach here in the United States. That's the goal, that it's accessible to anybody. Not as much.
Oh, really?
A new study published in Newsweek has found that to actually achieve the American dream, which means to actually hit the definable characteristics of the American dream, which was a term coined by James Trussell Adams in 1931, in this time you would need about 5 million in your lifetime to be able to get there.
Well, I will correct you on one part. I do think while we all would love to achieve the American dream, I do think it's a mistake on our part to say we're all supposed to achieve it as if it's like just a guarantee. It's a dream for a reason, right? But that has been a belief like, oh, if you're just an American or you come to America, you can achieve this dream of like owning property, having a good job, or maybe owning a small business or something, just having some type of bit of success in life.
I don't think that every person is supposed to, but it's supposed to be achievable by any individual.
Yeah, you're supposed to have the opportunity to get it.
Although that means any of us that don't achieve it must be something wrong with us.
No, I think there is some things that you can point to now saying that it is a little bit less attainable than it has been.
Yeah, maybe the fact that it costs $5 million. That's over a lifetime. That's still it makes it less crazy, but and if you break it down, so here is the breakdown of what makes it cost $5 million. First and foremost, you need to have $1.6 million for retirement.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of retirement money.
That means in your course of working, you need to make all of your money plus $1.6 million that you never touch until you're retired.
Yeah.
That's meaning you have to make a lot of money in your life.
And not a lot of people are able to even put much money in retirement.
Right. 1.6 million. Yeah, I don't even want to do the math on like how much that would be per year. And then how much other money you'd be needing to make on top of that to just live. Yeah. Forget about putting money away. You also need over $400,000 for health care, nearly $1 million for home ownership, raising a child in college, also nearly $1 million. Here it has new cars as nearly $1 million. That is something that's really past. Like, we don't need $1 million. We don't need all that many new cars in our life.
Yeah, like... You definitely don't need to buy new cars.
We can strike that one from the American dream.
Yeah, strike it out. Strike it out.
Meanwhile, though, then it only budgets $180,000 for vacations in your entire life.
Okay.
So you're spending 5 times as much on cars as you are vacation.
Maybe they're including car maintenance in that.
Still, how much do you think you spend on car maintenance in a year?
Over a lifetime, though?
I don't think it should be near $1 million.
Well, maybe not, but over a lifetime, I feel like there's plenty of... I feel like I'm paying for stuff for my car all the time, so, you know?
To get to $1 million, though, in like 60 years of your life.
Yeah, but if you're expecting to buy cars that are like $35,000 or whatever, you're buying the new... Again, you don't need
That's still really cheap for a car, like you think about it.
Yeah.
At least a new car. That also budgets $40,000 for pet ownership and almost $40,000 for a wedding as well. Or it says weddings.
Oh, multiple. Well, yeah. I guess if you have... kids, you could be paying for multiple weddings.
Your 2.5 kids.
Or if you get married twice.
Right.
But,
either way, I feel like this could really get, some people down.
It could, but I think, as you pointed out, there's some stuff you can strike out the list. I think the American dream...
But then you're not getting the American dream.
No, I think the American dream is different for everyone. It doesn't need to be, this is exactly what you need. You need this exact amount of money.
Yeah. This guy, James Truesdale, he must have really loved cars.
James Truesdale Adams? Yeah. I don't know. Did he even did he live when cars were a thing?
It was 1931.
Oh, 1931. Yeah. Okay.
So cars, it was different then. It was definitely different.
Definitely
the American dream was definitely cheaper. If you missed the Emmys last night, that's all right. We got you covered. 8772 Radio U. The top thing you need to know. Nate Bargatze was the host. I didn't even know he was hosting, and I love Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, I love Nate Bargatze. I didn't know he was hosting this either, which makes me sad for the jokes that I miss.
Yeah, well, quite frankly, I didn't even know. Obviously, I knew the Emmys nominations had come out. I didn't know they were last night until yesterday during the day. And I do love award shows, but that's mostly the Oscars and less the Emmys. So I didn't watch. But Nate Bargatze, from what I understand, had a great bit where what do people hate about award shows? The speeches go on too long. people, they get started talking and then they never stop. Adrian Brody, I think he did the longest Oscars acceptance speech ever.
Yeah, that was
at the
rough.
Oscars. It was pathetic. And he said nothing the whole time. So to try to combat this, Nate Bargatze came up with this bit. Every person who wins an award gets 45 seconds. If you talk for 45 seconds exactly, nothing happens. If you talk for less than 45 seconds, for every second you're under 45 seconds, that's $1,000 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Which he started this bit off by saying he was donating $100,000. So this could be plus that.
Right.
So you'd be adding to that total.
And then if you go over 45 seconds, for every second you go over, that's taking money away. It's taking $1,000 away for each second. It started off not so bad. They started with $100,000. It got up all the way to $106,000.
Nice.
And the lowest it was ever seen was down to negative $26,000.
Oh, no.
In other words, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America
have to pay the Emmys.
owed the Emmys money. And at some point they dropped the bit entirely because it was just because the people accepting these speeches, were just not even paying attention to it. And fortunately, I guess they had this in mind, Nate Bargatze and CBS, because they did wind up announcing, despite the failure of this bit to actually curtail the length of the speeches, they were still going to donate $350,000. So that's good.
That's great. I'm glad that they did that. But honestly, it could have been more than that, celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been more than that, actors and actresses. Let's listen up here to somebody that doesn't watch award shows.
Uh-huh.
The reason I don't watch them, I don't care. And also, I love Nate Bargatze, but even he can't get me to watch an award show because the self-indulgence is just too much for me. I don't like it.
I'm really torn on this because this is, like, for a lot of these people, this is the Emmys. These aren't even like big movie stars. Some of these people, this is the only award they will ever win. And you give them 45 seconds, which isn't even that much time. And then you're asking them to go under, which would be nice. I just think like they are getting an award.
Yeah.
They should be able to do something. It's only because it's a TV show and because you're giving out a bajillion awards in one night that everybody can't have their little moment. So I do feel like I'm very conflicted on it, but I really would have thought that we could have strung together a few 40-second speeches.
Right.
In service of the Boys and Girls Club of America. Yeah.
Think of the children. Come on.
Yeah.
They couldn't even think of the children.
Pretty disappointing. Disappointing. But I just think there's a lot of people out there that are probably feeling like you. That are like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
It's like, I expected a little better. Maybe if it was a different charity. Allie, you're a cat owner. I want to let you know, and anyone else who owns a cat, God forbid your cat ever runs away, ever goes missing. I have a solution to how to get your cat to come back home.
Oh, okay.
If this ever happens.
Yeah, I really don't want to think about Noelle leaving me.
The best thing that we can do is be prepared.
Sure.
So 8772 RadioU, what you need is the Japanese missing cat method.
Okay.
It works every time without fail. If your cat goes missing, what you need to do is go out into the street. You need to find another cat. Any other cat will do, as long as it's outside. You get on that cat's level, you explain to that cat, your cat. You tell it what it looks like, the situation that's going on with it, and then you give that cat a reward. And then that cat, by telling that cat that your cat is missing, your missing cat will come back. Yeah,
this was put on display by a recent TikTok video from a comedian, I think in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
She said she lost her cat. Her cat went missing and had been missing for, I think she said, about a week. And she posted a video and someone in the comments said, have you tried the Japanese missing cat? I don't know.
Method,
Method, yeah. I was like, it's not a theory, it's a method.
Yeah.
And so they explained it to her and she was like, okay. So she went outside, she found a cat, she tried it. Not only did this work for her, it worked within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The cat came back in 10 minutes. Her cat that had been missing for days came back.
How do you explain this?
I do not know.
I mean, to me, it makes sense that all cats on the, when they're out on the street or like outdoor cats, they all know each other.
They know each other. It's given me, if you've ever seen 101 Dalmatians,
Mm-hmm.
when the dogs are all howling and the howls like are traveling throughout the countryside of like England. That is what this is giving me, where it's like the cats are all talking to each other. Hey, this cat's missing. Let's go find this cat. Tell this cat that its owner wants it to come home. And then the cat comes back. That's crazy.
It is crazy. But now anybody with a cat now knows that this is what you have to do. And I think this can avoid a lot. It doesn't really answer the question of why your cat runs away in the first place, though.
No.
I wish we could have that answered. If the cat is so eager to come back as soon as you employ the missing cat method, then why did it go away in the first place?
Well, I think sometimes I've heard this with, I do think cats, they have a territory and they are aware of where their homes are sometimes, but also cats are so curious and so easily distractible that I think like even if a cat is thinking that they're going to go back home, sometimes they can get so distracted by something and they're chasing after that. And then they end up in an area that they don't know where they are. Mm-hmm. So maybe this cat just needed a little help from its buddies to say, hey, this is where your house is.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? Why question it?
I know. It worked.
Just keep it in your back pocket in case, again, God forbid, in case you ever need to employ the Japanese missing cat method. Now you know. The NFL Week 1. It was a lot of fun this weekend. Allie, I did wind up losing. Week 2. I did wind up losing in our picks. Mm-hmm. I like to think the season doesn't start until I finally win at our picks, is what I'm thinking.
Okay. You're getting closer.
So I will be punished coming up next, where I have to do a fake ad read for pickleball, and it's going to be bad. But outside of that, what was your takeaway from Week 2 in the NFL?
Oh, man. The biggest loser for me of the weekend, biggest takeaway, the Bengals. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that is tough.
Oh, man. He's going to be out for several weeks. Most likely he's going to need surgery for this stupid turf toe. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I don't know. Joe Burrow, I don't know. I'm not a Cincinnati fan, so Cincinnati fans can chime in here. But I feel like he's been nothing but a little bit disappointing since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, why
appearance.
Can't he stay healthy? And the same thing with that other guy who's dealing with turf toe, who's had the exact same scenario, and that's Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Also always seems to be injured after one shining season where he leads the team basically to the Super Bowl. So
but Joe Burrow, I know, I'm not sure about Brock Purdy. I believe he does have a big contract too. Joe Burrow, a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
I mean, he's worth it when he plays.
Yeah.
But every year it's something.
Yeah.
It is kind of getting out of control.
It feels like he's not playing every year.
Although the Bengals still wound up winning, even with him sidelined. You know who the big loser is this weekend? Caleb Williams.
Oh.
What did they lose? 52-21 to the Lions?
I know, but I'm not shocked anymore with Caleb Williams. I just don't buy the hype. I really don't.
Going back to USC, and I mean, I don't know, it'd be kind of crazy to say Oklahoma because who even knew? But like, I never bought this.
No.
I've never been in on Caleb Williams.
He's overthrowing receivers left and right.
I feel like I feel like I was taking crazy pills this entire time. And now everybody else has finally jumped on, but I feel like, everybody's been telling me, no, you don't understand.
This guy's so good.
Yeah, he's going to be MVP. He's going to be it's not happening. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
It's not going to happen. I don't buy it. I've never bought it. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing these Colin Cowards and all of these people on these NFL talk shows that are like, Caleb Williams, so much talent, blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up.
Well, you know it's bad when specifically Colin Coward has jumped off of this bandwagon.
Has he? Finally?
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, he was just last week talking about how great Caleb Williams was, so I'm shocked that he jumped so quickly. But I guess I shouldn't be because he does seem like a bandwagoner.
But there is even people still that I hear that are like, but it's just that he's not a good fit for Ben Johnson's system.
Oh, they're just making excuses.
Still what system is he going to go to at this point?
Zero systems.
If he can't work in Ben Johnson, that made Jared Goff work, then either the system sucks or Caleb Williams sucks. One of the two has to suck.
Right.
And they may possibly both not be great,
Right.
like Ben Johnson on his own without Dan Campbell. So, because that certainly wasn't great yesterday.
Well, and if you're a good quarterback, you're going to go and you're going to elevate your team. Look what C.J. Stroud did to the Houston Texans, who fell apart after Deshaun Watson left. And so I feel like this is just, it's so misleading to say stuff like that because it's just not true with every single quarterback.
Yeah. Good quarterbacks don't lose 52-21.
No.
So Caleb Williams, embarrassing. It should be over for him. I don't think he's going to make it through the season as a starter. And you know what else is going to be embarrassing next when I have to read an ad for pickleball as my punishment. That's on the way. We do not do commercials here on Radio U. We
don't.
Except right now, kind of. Because once again, this was a close call in our football picks this week.
Yeah, you went 2-3 for the week. I went 3-2 for the week. So,
and listen,
really toss up here.
If the kicker from Tennessee makes that kick, I win. If he just wasn't a deer in the headlights.
Oh, yeah, the Tennessee.
They won. I mean, that was a game-winning kick.
Yeah, well.
So close.
Very close.
So close. But I have to be punished, and my punishment this week is I have to read an ad for pickleball. You're in love, so this would be not a punishment for you.
No.
If you lost, I was going to make it for poutine. I thought that would be funny. You just had to do it.
Hey, it's not that I hate poutine.
I don't hate pickleball, but I just don't promote it. So here we go. Me doing an ad for pickleball.
Which you haven't even tried yet, by the way.
I've never played pickleball. I saw people playing yesterday. I was like, doesn't appeal to me. But forget I said that because this is now an ad for pickleball. Hey, it's Hudson. And today I'm going to tell you about the most important discovery of our time. No, not electricity, not the internet, pickleball. Pickleball is the glorious Frankenstein's monster of sports.
What?
Part tennis, part ping pong, part running around in your neighbor's driveway looking like you borrowed your uncle's gym shorts from 1987.
Who wrote this? ChatGPT?
Yes. It's the only sport where you can feel, this is a good point, feel like Serena Williams and your grandma at the exact same time.
That is accurate.
What other game lets you scream smash while holding a paddle that looks like a rejected pizza peel from Olive Garden?
Oh my gosh, definitely don't scream smash while you're playing pickleball.
Is that bad?
I've never heard anyone do that, and I don't recommend doing that.
What other sport makes grown adults dive across church parking lots for a plastic ball that sounds like a squirrel tap dancing on a trash can? That's right. None. Only pickleball. And here's the thing. It's not just a sport. It's a lifestyle, a religion, a cult of squeaky sneakers, sun visors, and people who get way too competitive about who's serving next. So stop wasting your life on boring activities like family time or career advancement and join the revolution. Grab a paddle, grab a plastic ball, and remember the sacred chant. Pickleball, smack it, whack it, deal with it, and love it.
Deal with it.
Pickleball's not just a game. It's America's future.
Well done, Hudson. Well done. That was a great pickleball ad written by AI.
I think this is the Radio U fundraiser's coming up. This is a good reminder of why we need the fundraiser and why we need people to give, because otherwise this could be our whole station.
Yeah,
it's just ads like that.
We could play awful commercials with awful jingles
and
that go pickleball. Like, why?
In and out of every time we talk, we'd have to do live ad reads.
Oh, gross.
I can't believe people put up with that.
Yeah.
Although I'm obviously very good at it. I think somebody's going to go pick up pickleball right now because of what I just did.
I hope they pick it up in spite of what you did.
It's our Monday tradition, the box office breakdown, looking at what made money and what didn't in theaters over the weekend. Let us know what you saw. We love seeing your reviews at 8772 Radio U. If you're like most people, what you saw was Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. That is the new number one movie in America this weekend.
The number one movie that you decided to skip talking about because you didn't want to butcher any of the names.
Yeah, I gave a hat tip to it But I don't know anything about Demon Slayer or anime or whatever.
Right. And you didn't want to butcher the names or butcher any of the story or whatever. And so we didn't talk about it other than just giving it a brief mention.
Well, what would we even say?
Well, I just mean like we didn't say like, oh, this is a big release coming in. Because we usually cover all the big releases.
Yeah.
Especially if we think a movie's going to be number one. So this, to me, came out of nowhere.
It did. It was projected to make up to $40 million. Okay. So that's still a pretty big weekend.
That is a lot. I don't look at the box office projections because I feel like a lot of them are pretty inaccurate.
It was projected to make $40 million. It made $70 million.
Again, this is why I don't look at those projections. They're inaccurate.
It's the biggest opening weekend for an anime of all time in the United States. So a pretty big deal. So if you went and saw that, if you have any, I mean, you probably stopped listening to the show because of how we have not provided any service to you whatsoever by barely mentioning it at all.
No, we know we have a lot of anime fans that text in, and I know I have friends and family that love Demon Slayer and went and saw it this weekend. So this is a big deal.
But you know what they say? A man who knows what he doesn't know knows a lot.
Yeah.
And we know we don't know anything about this.
We know our knowledge is limited when it comes to anime.
So Demon Slayer, far and away the number one movie in America this weekend. Number two was The Conjuring, which made another $26 million. The Conjuring Last Rites. Number three was the Downton Abbey movie, the grand finale. That made $18 million. And all the way down to number four was The Long Walk, which to me, I'm reading here that apparently Sony, which is behind the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, really aggressively marketed it. And I didn't even know about it.
They didn't market it to us.
No, because they know we don't know anything about it.
They knew it wasn't our thing.
But I felt like I was seeing a commercial for The Long Walk in every football game for the last 2 months.
Yes.
I guess there wasn't football 2 months ago, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I've just been seeing so much about this movie, and to come in at number four with $11 million, not great.
Pretty disappointing, especially with such good reviews that we talked about on Friday. It was well reviewed, and you know, all of the things that I was seeing for it, it looks really good, very intense of a story. So I still want to see it.
And then at number five, I feel like we should mention the Toy Story. That's right. The Toy Story, the original Toy Story was number five.
This is another one of those, it's back in theaters for an anniversary thing.
30th anniversary re-release.
So many of these movies are doing that this year.
Yeah.
This has been the year for anniversary celebration.
I was going to say 1995 must have been big, but it's always a different. Like Jaws was an anniversary this year, right? That was the 50th. So it's just always different. 8772 Radio U. Let us know what you've seen lately. We want to see your reviews. I saw something interesting over the weekend that I want to share. Next, I actually have two things. And Allie, I hope you do too. This is the box office breakdown, looking at what made money and what didn't in theaters this weekend. What did was Demon Slayer. Big year for movies with demon in the title. Demon Slayer made $70 million. We're getting people's reviews from the weekend, what they've watched at 8772 Radio U. Lindsay says, I'm going to see the new Demon Slayer on Tuesday. It's going to be so good. I've been avoiding spoilers all weekend like I'm in the Matrix.
She's dodging it. She's dodging them.
We should just trade phones, Lindsay.
Yeah, you won't see them.
I wouldn't see. Yeah, you would be completely safe. Regina said she watched Drop and the first 3 episodes of Only Murders in the Building and enjoyed both.
Yeah, that's the one I'm really trying to avoid spoilers for, Only Murders in the Building, because I am watching that when it's all out. Mm-hmm. I have a date on the schedule with my 2 cousins. We love that show, and so we all like to watch it together so we can, chat about it.
Yeah, but that's why I like watching it. I love that they put it out 1 or 2 episodes a week, because then you have a week to talk with the people you watch it with, or watch it, and whoa, what do you think this means now?
But we want to watch it together, Hudson.
You gotta watch it together every week.
That's a lot harder to schedule.
Sarah, I also watched the first 2 episodes of Only Murders, and I'll just say the second one is a flashback, because if you know who got killed, they're establishing the person before, because you don't know much about them before they actually get killed.
Yeah.
And so you get to see flashbacks of their life and whatever.
Okay, that's all we want to hear.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay. I was just going to say, I feel like it's necessary, but I don't like those episodes as much because it focuses less on Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez. Sarah says, I saw The Long Walk, which came in at number 4. I was holding up 3 fingers. 4 in the box office of the weekend. And it was such a good movie, very captivating, she
I
says.
like to hear that, Sarah. I need to see it.
And Tim says that I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and got to catch some of the horrible stream of the Ohio State game and saw the Ohio State marching band halftime show, which he loved.
Yeah, that was a really cool thing that they did where they combined and did it. I didn't see most of it broadcasted on the halftime show, though. I was disappointed, but they very rarely show much of the band.
All right, what have you watched lately, Allie?
Okay, well, the reason I was giving you that look is because it's I guess, bold of you to presume that I watched anything over the weekend other than football and baseball because my Cleveland Guardians are in a playoff chase right now. They're trying to get the third wild card spot for the American League. So I was not home much over the weekend, so unfortunately didn't watch anything.
Oh, okay. Well, fortunately, one of us has.
Yeah, and you said 2 things, so you're making up for my delay here.
Yeah, that's right. I watched Only Murders. I can't say anything more about it. I watched Weapons.
Oh, you did?
Did
Mrs.
you rent Hudson was like, you have to watch Weapons. And did
you rent it? Like, how did you get it?
At the theater.
Oh, you guys went to the theater.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
It's a very upsetting movie.
Okay.
It's creative. It is creative. It's non-linear storytelling. They like set things up and then you get like a story that kind of follows
different perspectives.
The same timeline, but from different people's what's going on with them, and then it all culminates. It's not like, I would say the good first half of the movie is filled with a lot of dread, but it's not like, it doesn't really get too intense.
Okay.
But then I'm pretty squeamish, so there were moments in the second half of the movie where I was literally like covering my eyes because I'm a big baby.
Oh no!
It was not even stuff where like anything had happened yet, but it's just like, I know something's about to happen.
Oh
here.
Yeah, anticipation.
It was like, I give it points for creativity. It had an amazing score on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily justified. Like, should it win Oscars or anything? I don't know about that. I never want to watch it again.
Yeah. What did you think of the 2 main performances, though?
It was very well acted. Yeah. Josh Brolin and who's the woman?
Julie. Is it Julie something? I forget her name too because she's newer. She's young.
Yeah.
Here, let me look it up real fast. Dang it, where's the cast? Julia Garner.
Okay. Yeah. She did a great job. I mean, she carries the movie. She does a very good job. But like I said, I never want to watch it again.
That might be the leading opportunity for them to win Oscars, is with the acting.
Yeah. I think that would be and they're great, but I think it'd be a long shot.
Yeah.
Horror movies don't often get recognized in that way. We have a big announcement about the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Obviously, the Super Mario Brothers movie from a few years ago was one of the biggest movies of the year.
Yeah.
It made over $1 billion.
Yeah, and I think when the decade's over, you might even say it might be one of the biggest movies of the decade.
Yeah, that's probably true. So obviously it's getting a sequel. There's been not a lot of details about the sequel until this weekend when it was announced as part of a Nintendo Direct live stream, the title of the Super Mario Brothers movie sequel, which is the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Okay.
So it is going to take place, at least some of which will take place in space.
I like it.
It will be based off of the Super Mario Galaxy game for the Nintendo Wii from back in 2007, although Chris Meledandri, who's a co-producer for the movie, said that it will hold surprises for fans of every Mario era.
Okay.
And nobody really has addressed this, and I don't know how it all comes together. But at the end of the first Super Mario Brothers movie, like the end credits or whatever, it shows a Yoshi egg shaking.
Oh.
So, Yoshi, you can't do that and then not have Yoshi in this, but how does Yoshi play a part in a Super Mario Galaxy movie will be interesting, because I feel like that has to happen.
They got to shoehorn him in.
Right.
Even if it doesn't make any sense, just put him in there.
Full disclosure, I've never played Super Mario Galaxy. I'm sure maybe Yoshi is in that. I don't even know.
I'm sure he is because all of the main characters feel like they should be in a regular Super Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it takes place in the galaxy, there might be some other new characters that we're not familiar with that will probably make appearances in the movie. Because I definitely don't remember playing the Galaxy game. I feel like I have in my memory some like Super Mario like on a spaceship or something like that. But maybe I'm just thinking of Smash Brothers because
maybe
Super Smash, you can play like some of the levels that you can play on are like spaceships or whatever.
Yeah, of course. I don't know. I feel like I may have played some Super Mario Galaxy at some point, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I never had a Wii until much longer after they were popular. So I was behind on that, and Super Mario Galaxy wasn't one of the games that I got. I do feel like I've seen it at Goodwill a bajillion times, though.
Yeah.
The new Super Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario Galaxy movie, is coming out on April 3rd, 2026. Here's my question, actually, though. How bad would this movie have to be to not make $1 bajillion?
Oh, even if it's bad, we just saw this with Minecraft. It's going to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Because Minecraft had a terrible plot and didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
And in some cases, in my opinion, looked bad, but yet still made a whole bunch of money. And with how well the first Super Mario Brothers did, I think this one is going to make a lot of money.
It must be so nice, right? To be like the creators of this movie and just be like, we could actually do absolutely nothing. Like we could have AI write this thing.
No, they still need to try.
And nobody would still make so much money. Like why do they even pay anybody to write it? They should just get ChatGPT. It'd be cheaper.
No, they still need to.
And then they'd make more money.
They still need to try. And let's not discount this. The animation looks awesome.
Yeah, that is true.
And so that takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
To get that right.
That's a good point. What do you get when you have amazing animation and not much of a good story? The Avatar movies. On the menu today is the new Trolli Mountain Dew collab. We not only have the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Trolli Cherry Lemon soda. We also have the Mountain Dew Limited Edition Trolli Sour Bite Crawlers. Or Sour Bright Crawlers, excuse me. Now, we got to lock in, Allie.
Okay.
Because we've got 4 things to try. There's 3 flavors of the sour crawlers in the bag.
Yes.
So we got to get going.
We do. Are we cracking the soda open first?
Yeah. Let's start with the soda. I'm much more excited about the soda, honestly. And you got to do it. That sound never gets old. Let's just dive.
Dive right in. Oh my gosh, the smell is so strong. All right, you take a sip first. The little slurp sound. The smell is overwhelming my senses right now.
Oh, yay, it's pretty good.
You're so happy.
It's crazy how it tastes. It really does taste like a gummy worm, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a bit much for me, though.
It's not really, here's my criticism, it's not really sour. I would like a little sourness to it.
It's not really sour, but it's also not really like sweet. And so to me, it's just in between, and I don't think I can get behind that.
It kind of tastes like a weird lemonade.
Yeah.
Like it's cherry lemon. It definitely, like I can taste that in there.
Yeah.
It's okay for Mountain Dew. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they made a zero sugar version. So there is 3. If you get the bag of Mountain Dew Trolli Sour Bright Crawlers, which are worms.
Yep.
They probably just can't call them worms for like legal reasons, I guess.
Weird. Okay.
But they have 3 flavors in the bag. There's original citrus, so AKA regular Mountain Dew. And then, why does it say this? Original citrus cherry, AKA Mountain Dew Code Red, right?
Yeah. And
then original citrus blue raspberry, what's the blue Mountain Dew?
Would that be Baja Blast?
Voltage?
I don't know. I don't drink Mountain Dew, as I've shared before.
Okay. Well, I guess it makes sense to try the original Mountain Dew one first.
Good idea.
They're stuck together.
I'll try mine.
Okay.
Why did we try them at the same time?
It's okay. You can talk with. That really tastes like Mountain Dew.
I like that better than most of the sour worms.
It's actually. I mean, I don't know how it could be really bad. I don't know what a bad sour gummy worm would taste like.
Well, it's not sour.
Yeah, I think it's sour. I think the coating on the outside is pretty sour.
I didn't think it was very sour. I thought it was more sweet. It definitely tastes like Mountain Dew.
I'm going for the Code Red cherry one next.
You know what? I think I only have 3 kinds.
There's only 3.
There's only 3. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll try the cherry.
I kind of like that one. No. I don't like the cherry that comes in at the end.
That one's not sour to me at all.
And then the blue raspberry.
Okay.
You don't think they're sour?
That one's the most sour.
I've tasted sour. I have a high bar, I think, for sour. I really like sour stuff. So this
You have a high bar for sour and you think these are sour? These are not sour.
They have a sour taste.
They're not.
Just not as sour as I hope for. I want like my face to curl up.
Exactly. That's
I want
not
to look
what
like
these
the
do at all.
Grinch.
That's not what these do at all. These are just to me like gummy candies.
I mean, they have a sour flavor. It's just like a 3 out of 10. But most things have a 0. So.
Well, I'm just thinking of the times where I have had the trolley crawlers before, and it does do that to you, where you're like, oh, it's real sour with like one that's not. And I always wanted the one that wasn't because I was like, I much prefer the one that's just sweet or whatever compared to these sour ones. Yeah. So yeah, these were a lot more mild than what I was thinking.
You know what I'm gonna do to finish this off?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna eat them and drink the Mountain Dew at the same time.
Okay. I'll let you do that.
This isn't going to make an explosion in my mouth like Mentos and Diet Coke, is it?
I don't know.
Is this dangerous?
It's like, is this water sanitary?
I actually think that's the best way to do it.
Oh, really? Washing it down with the trolley cherry lemon Mountain Dew.
That's my recommendation. Buy both. And eat them, enjoy them together.
It's like those the Mountain Dew that was supposed to go with the guac Doritos. They were like, you got to have it together.
This is Trolli and Mountain Dew. It's like you and I. Better, like on their own, okay. Together, best in the world.
We're always better when we're together.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.